Throughout history, the institution of marriage and familial structures have varied significantly across cultures and societies. One topic that has been frequently misunderstood and misrepresented is polygamy, particularly in its relation to African cultures. The narrative often portrayed in mainstream discourse is riddled with inaccuracies and oversimplifications that obscure the rich, complex history of marriage practices across different civilizations. Polygamy, the practice of having more than one spouse simultaneously, is often sensationalized and sexualized in contemporary discussions. The prevalent portrayal of polygamy as inherently oppressive or exotic fails to recognize its historical context and cultural significance. It is essential to acknowledge that polygamy, like many aspects of human social organization, has diverse origins and meanings across various societies. In many African societies, the practice of polygamy has been part of a broader social framework that includes deep-rooted traditions and values. It was not simply a matter of individual choice or sexual freedom. Rather, it was intricately linked to social, economic, and familial responsibilities. Polygamous arrangements were often a strategic response to demographic pressures, economic conditions, and social structures that required a flexible approach to family life. Historically, the portrayal of polygamy in African contexts has often been skewed by external observers and colonial powers. The narratives propagated by colonial and post-colonial discourses have frequently reduced these practices to mere curiosities or exotic customs, devoid of their original context and significance. This reductionist perspective fails to appreciate the nuanced role that polygamy played in the social and economic fabric of many African societies. Contrary to the popularized notion that polygamy is a marker of sexual liberation or moral laxity, it was, in many traditional societies, a manifestation of social pragmatism. For instance, in various communities, polygamy was utilized to address issues such as population growth, land inheritance, and the integration of widows and orphans into the family unit. It was a means of ensuring social stability and continuity rather than an expression of sexual excess. Moreover, the idea that polygamous societies lacked monogamous relationships is a misconception. Many African cultures practice monogamy alongside polygamy, depending on the circumstances and the individual's choice. Monogamous marriages existed alongside polygamous ones, reflecting a diversity of marital practices within the same cultural milieu. This diversity highlights the fact that marital practices were not monolithic, but were adapted to meet the specific needs and values of each society. It is crucial to confront and challenge the stereotypes and misconceptions that have been imposed on African cultures. Understanding the true origins and functions of polygamy requires a recognition of the historical and cultural context in which these practices emerged. Rather than viewing polygamy through a lens of exoticism or moral judgment, it is essential to appreciate its role within the broader spectrum of human social organization. By acknowledging the complexity and historical depth of marital practices, we can foster a more nuanced understanding of our heritage. Recognizing the true nature of polygamy and its place within the diverse array of marital traditions allows us to reclaim and honor the richness of our cultural histories. It also provides a more accurate reflection of the values and practices that have shaped societies across time and space.